Print on demand or made in-house, which one is right for you? Let's compare. If you're considering whether making your products in-house with a cutting machine or a printer, or using a print-on-demand service like Printify is right for you and your business, that's what I'm going to compare in this video. So I'll compare the design process, the making and ordering process, and I'll also do a side-by-side comparison of the quality of the things I make and the things I get from Printify, as well as a cost comparison and a pros and cons list for everything, so that you have enough information to make up your mind for yourself. Obviously, these are all going to vary depending on the machine you have, your budget, the kind of products you make, but I'm going to make one thing on a Cricut and one on my DTF machine, so you have two levels to compare print on demand to. You could also use a sublimation printer as well. I don't personally have one, but I'll add some extra info into the pros and cons lists, just so you have that as a comparison as well to think about. So let's take a look. So let's create our designs first. First, I'm just going to go to the Printify catalog to pick my product. I'm going to the print providers section to find a supplier in the UK where I am, so that I can order some samples. There are quite a few different ones with different products. You wouldn't necessarily need to stick to a supplier in your home country if you are going to sell worldwide, however. The first thing I'm going to design is a tote bag, and I'm just using a design from Creative Fabrica. I'm going for this one as it could also be made with iron-on vinyl and will work on my DTF printer. But if you are only uploading to print-on-demand products, then you're not that limited on the design you could use really. Just make sure if you're downloading from Creative Fabrica that it has a POD usage license like this one. And then I'm just uploading that to my Printify library, and that adds it within the allowable print area. You could also create a design from scratch within here using text or graphics, or you could also repeat the same design on the back. You can make your design into a custom image, so this would be able to be swapped out with your customer's image when it is ordered. And there are different bag colours available too. They might not all work with your design though. Then when you hit preview, it gives you a number of different mockups so you can see what it looks like before purchasing. I'm also going to create a water bottle from the same printing company, and I'm going to use this design, which will also work in adhesive vinyl, but I forgot to check the license. It doesn't have a POD one, which is fine as I'm just using it as an example for the video. I'm not going to sell it, but do remember to check that before using them to sell. And I uploaded both designs to either side of the canvas. Just double check the preview to make sure they are on the opposite sides to each other. And these bottles also come in various different colours too, although only the clear really made sense for this design. Okay, so I published those and they are ready to go. Now let's move on to designing on a Cricut. I uploaded the same bottle design to Design Space, then measured my bottle so I knew how big to make it. Then I went through and united all of the sections that needed to be cut together. However, if I cut this at that size in vinyl, these numbers and these stars are going to be way too thin and won't stick very well. So I went back and added a 0.01 offset to those, then united them to make them slightly thicker, and hopefully that should work a lot better. For my DTF printer, all I have to do is upload my design to the ProColored software, make sure it is the correct size, then click print. To receive your products from Printify, you could order as if you are a customer. Then if you are considering adding things like inserts to your packaging, you can check those out too. I'm just going to go to create order and order sample here to order my products. And there is my invoice with a breakdown of costs. I was hoping I would save on postage by ordering two from the same printing company, but I did read afterwards that you only get a reduced rate on certain products. So do just be aware of that if you're selling things that customers might want to buy multiples of. Then from ordering, it only took 3 days to arrive. This will obviously just depend on where your supplier is based and then also where your customer is based once you start selling. The bag looks great, the design is printed on, so the colours are pretty vibrant. And the bag seems decent as well. Obviously it is one of the cheaper style totes though, so it does reflect that. Now for the bottle, that is really well packaged in this box and it's all wrapped up. That's also really vibrant. I'm not 100% how it's made, it doesn't say, but it's very well adhered either way. And it also came with these care instructions in multiple languages. Now to make the bottle replica on my Cricut, I needed these 3 rolls of adhesive vinyl, and I cut each layer out one at a time on my Cricut, then cut them into sections. Then I just weeded each one of those layers and also weeded the in-between bits. Obviously, this is quite fast on video as I've cut a lot out, but you do really need to be factoring in all of this time when you're pricing your item to sell, and also factor in time for any potential mistakes too. Then I cleaned my bottle with an alcohol wipe, then added transfer tape to my first layer and added that to the bottle. Then I just added the rest of the layers, removing the transfer tape once they were stuck down. This is of course the fun bit if you love to craft and make stuff, so that is one of the biggest benefits of using your cutting machine to create what you sell. You could also add a name or extra icons down the side to decorate it if you wanted to. Then to compare both, they both look great and are very colourful. If you use permanent vinyl and leave it for 72 hours to cure before getting it wet and then only hand wash it, it should stay stuck down for a long time, as should the Printify version. There's just possibly more of a chance of the vinyl peeling if it gets a lot of usage. Now for my DTF print. Everything was already set up, so it printed out on my machine. Then you have to add DTF powder to the back and move it around so that the back is fully covered. And then add that to a DTF oven for about 200 seconds until the back has this orange peel texture. Then that can be applied to fabric like this tote bag with a heat press. It does need to be fully cool, that's why I'm using this cooling block, before then removing the cover sheet. Again, that seems really quick because I've cut bits out, but it does take a bit of time to go through all of those processes. But there's my bag done, and side by side they both look great as well. The printed version stands out a bit more because it's on a whiter background, but overall I would say they're very similar in terms of quality. The DTF one is just a bit smoother and shinier, and there is the chance that it might peel off if it hasn't been pressed properly, whereas obviously the printed one is directly added to the fabric. Now let's take a look at a cost comparison. To order both of my products on Shopify, it cost me £8.05 for the water bottle, £3.35 for shipping, plus VAT, so £13.68 in total. Then for the tote bag it was £8.69, £2.60 shipping and £2.25 VAT, so £13.54 total. If you were to sign up to Printify Premium, however, you would get a discount on all of these. So the bottle would be £5.92 and the tote would be £6.58. So you could either increase your profit margins or decrease your customer prices if you signed up to that. And then of course you can pass the shipping costs to your customer, so you wouldn't be paying for that part usually. To make my bottle, I got the bottle itself for £3.50 in the supermarket. But if you're going to sell these, you could definitely bulk buy and get them for a cheaper price. Then the vinyl I used is £6.95 per 3-metre roll, but I only used about 7.5 centimetres off each roll. So that works out as about 17p per layer, so 51p total. And I used about 25p worth of transfer tape. Plus packaging costs, which I just did a quick search for a box that might work, and that was £1.36 per box, although you would have to buy those in bulk. So overall, roughly £5.62 per bottle. Then for my bag, the tote bag itself was part of a pack of 10, so about £1 for that. Then it's a bit complicated to work out, so I used this post from ProColor to give me an estimate, and they say it's roughly about $1.10 or 80p per print, and then 25 cents for maintenance, so about 18p. So £1.98 in total. Super cheap to make. But obviously the initial investment in a DTF printer is a lot more. Before you decide on your selling price, you do need to factor in labour costs. So how long is it taking you to speak to customers, create your designs? How long is it taking to make your products, package them up, maybe go to the post office to ship them? Then there's also costs like design software, subscriptions, insurance, that kind of thing. You need to factor in something to cover that. And then you also need to think about Etsy fees, website fees, and then ideally you want to add a bit of a percentage of profit within that as well, so that you can invest back into your business. So just because something is the cheapest to produce in terms of cost of materials, if you factor in all of that other stuff, it might not necessarily be the best one for your business. Now let's weigh up some of the pros and cons of each method. One of the biggest pros of Printify is that you can stock both larger products and a higher volume of products that would be so much harder to stock without a warehouse. and some of them would be difficult to ship too, so Printify take that off your hands. You can open a Printify account for free, so there are no upfront costs until you sell anything other than your Etsy or shop listing fee. So you can start selling with zero budget. And then it can save you so much time as it links with your Etsy shop and fulfills orders automatically. So you barely have to do anything other than create your listing and maybe answer some customer queries once in a while. The cons, however, are that you can't automate personalized products. You will have to go in and manually do the edit before then fulfilling the order. The base cost may be higher than doing it in-house, and you are of course relying on the quality of other businesses rather than having full control over your products. So for that reason, a pro of using your Cricut or cutting machine is that you do have complete control over the whole process, including the blanks, the colour of materials you use, and how you personalise it. And if you love to craft, then this is the best bit of running a craft business, let's be honest. The cons, however, are the upfront costs of your machine and all of your packaging and materials, then also needing room to store all of that too. It also takes a lot longer to make when you hand make things, so your labour costs will eat into your profit, especially if you have any machine issues or make any mistakes too. The pros of DTF are that you can create full colour prints in-house for a really cheap price, so you could make a massive profit margin with these. The cons, however, are that it is a large upfront cost initially to buy your equipment and everything you need, and it does require a lot of maintenance, plus it also does take time to add powder, bake and apply. Then, as promised, the pros of a sublimation printer are that you can also do full colour prints in-house, and you can add sublimation prints to both fabric and items like mugs and tumblers. You can also get a sublimation printer for a much cheaper price than a DTF printer. The cons, however, are that they only work with specific types of materials. So they work best on fabric with a high polyester count, and you ideally need sublimation blanks if you're using other products, which may cost a bit more than regular blanks. And you may also need a specific heat press if you want to do mugs or tumblers, for example. So there you go. Obviously, there are lots of factors to consider and probably some other pros and cons, but after hearing all of that, which one do you think is best for your business? Or would you go for a mixture of some of them? Let me know in the comments, I would love to hear, and let me know if you've got any questions as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share with all of your craft business friends. Until next time, happy crafting.